I'm in Zaporizhia, towards the eastern front, actually at a hospital. We're about 35 miles away from where the Russians are. You can see this hospital is preparing for the worst. And actually, as I speak to you now, we can hear an air raid siren going off. This morning, we've been meeting some of the kids who've been caught up in this war. Doctors pulling the shrapnel out of their bodies. This as the fight for Mariupol looks to be entering its final moments.
Multiple airstrikes rocking the western city of Lviv, killing 7 people, a child among the 11 injured. The east bracing for an onslaught as Russia regroups for a renewed ground advance. This as a small group of Ukrainian fighters hold out in Mariupol, dug in at the Azovstal steel plant, a sprawling complex with underground tunnels. Russia delivering its ultimatum, surrender or be, quote, eliminated. But the Ukrainians rejecting the Russian demands, defiant. Civilian casualties in the city massive. Ukrainian officials put the number in the thousands, but the true toll is unknown. Some have been able to make it to safety. Christina escaped days ago. Like so many others, she's only now been able to reach family to tell them she's safe. She tells us she managed to get her son Michael and their cat out of the city with just a bag between them and the clothes on their back. She says, "We've already lost everything. Our whole apartment's burned down. All things burned down. We don't have anything. If we cry, nothing will change." She saved her son Michael from this. Shrapnel hit 10-year-old Miroslav in the spine and hip when a Russian shell hit their home. He's had to lie on his side until his wounds heal. "I was terrified for him," his mother Irina tells me, but he ducked as the shrapnel went flying.
"You're very brave. You're like a ninja."
Someone has to be held responsible for this, she says.
Pieces of shrapnel, bullets, all of it, they say, taken out of children that they're treating at this hospital. And what the doctors and the legal experts here are telling me is that this proves that Russia is not just hitting military installations.
A violent Easter weekend across the U.S. included separate mass shootings at a mall, an Airbnb, and a nightclub. In Pittsburgh, there's an urgent manhunt for the gunman who opened fire at this party. Video shows panic inside the Airbnb rental home where at least 90 shots were fired. 2 people were killed, 11 injured.
This goes back to having too many guns, too many illegal guns on the streets.
In South Carolina, authorities are investigating 2 mass shootings. Gunfire broke out at a nightclub in Hampton County early Sunday when the owner says someone fired up to 30 shots. 9 people were wounded. Police have not released details on a suspect or motive. Also this weekend, chaos erupting at this mall in Columbia, South Carolina. Police believe an ongoing fight between multiple people led to the gunfire. A judge has already granted bond to the only person arrested in that shooting so far. If Jawayne Price posts the $25,000 bond, he'll be on house arrest, but will be allowed to travel to work while wearing an ankle monitor. Price's lawyer saying it was unprovoked by him. He called the police, turned himself in, turned over the firearm that was used. That is why he got a $25,000 bond. Mass shootings, when 4 or more people are shot in a single incident, are up 66% in the U.S. in the last 2 years.